Hey, what is up, you guys? It is me, Kath. I know it has been a while. I think it's been like 3 weeks, which is a really long time for me to go without posting. I started my senior year of college. Life's been crazy. I've been doing really fun stuff, making lots of fun work. I met Ian Summerholder, which no one cares about, but I care about, so you have to hear about it. And anyways, I'm here. I can tell that this school year is gonna be a lot, so all I can promise is that I'll post videos when I can, and thank you guys so much for your patience and for sticking around. Anyways, today I am doing a 3 looks 1 palette using the Norvina Volume 1 palette. This came out like 3 or 4 weeks ago. They've already announced the Volume 2, so that's the state that the makeup industry is in right now. Anyways, this palette just speaks to me. Look at all those purples. This is such a Kath palette. Like, it's so fun. I love it. The color story is amazing. Anyways, don't need to blab about it. If you're new here, I would love to have you subscribe. I don't have a posting schedule anymore. I've just accepted it, but maybe you'll see my face every once in a while. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for this one, I'm starting out with a BH Studio Pro 17 in the shade C4, and because these are pigments, you sort of have to tap them down before you can blend them out, so that's what I'm doing, just kind of packing it into place and then working on blending it out towards the outer corner and a little bit into the crease. I do want it to be a nice and pretty blended shade, but because it's a pigment, you just kind of have to work with it differently. It does take some getting used to, but they do blend surprisingly well for a pigment. I was actually really happy with the blendability of these. I'm just taking that same brush going into B4, which is more of a cooler toned purple. Was super excited about this shade and was very, very happy with how it performed. And I'm pretty much just doing the same thing, tapping it into the outer corner and then blending it into the crease a little bit just to get some more definition and depth in that outer corner. And I was really, really happy with how these two shades blended together. And just for some extra blending, I'm taking a clean blending brush from Kylie Cosmetics, running that over the edge. Then I'm taking a Kylie base shadow brush and I'm going into the shade D2. It's that really dimensional, like bluish purple shade with a lot of glitter in there. I did wet the brush and packed that onto the center of the lid. Taking that same brush, going into A1, wetting it again. I'm using the clean side and running that over the center of the lid and kind of bringing it over top of where I put that shade D2. And just really working on building that one up. This one didn't have as much shimmer to it, so I did wet the brush a lot. Just blending those edges now to make sure they blend into the shimmer. I messed up and forgot to start recording the bottom of the eye, but it's literally just me blending C4 and B4 on the lower lash line. Sorry, I'm literally a gremlin sometimes. Anyways, this is the final of look number 1. Had to do a purple shadow look first because it's me and I love purple eyeshadow. For the second look, I'm starting out with the Studio Pro 17. It's clean, I washed it, I promise, and I'm going into the shade E2, which is like a neon peachy orange. I don't even know how to describe it, and I was trying to just blend it first because I completely forgot that these were pigments. Then I did like the pack and blend thing. So yeah, even with like the lighter ones, I would definitely recommend doing the pack and then blend method. You can see how they were a little patchy when I tried to just blend them out at first. Then I'm going into the shade D3 with an AOA E132 brush. This is a really nice red pigment and just packing that in, blending it out. Honestly, this blended really well and like I probably could have just skipped the shade E2. I used that because I wanted something for the red to blend into. But I'm like not 100% sure it was necessary, but I'm just blending those edges a little extra with that BH Cosmetics brush now because blending is bae. Now I'm going into the shade E1 with a Real Techniques base brush. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous peachy shade and I'm wetting the brush, of course, because I love dramatic shimmers and swiping that all onto the lid where there's no shadow. I love the peach and red combo, living for it. It's like my new go-to for fall, I think. And I'm just taking a little liner brush and putting the shade D3 on my under eye and blending it out with that AOA brush that I used earlier. And this is the final of look number 2. I just really like the peach and red. For the last look, I'm starting out with a Coastal Scents Pro Fluff, going into the shade C5, which is a burgundy brown matte shade, and I'm just packing that onto the lid. Doesn't need to be pretty, we're gonna blend it out later, don't worry, this is not the final look. And I'm taking a different Pro Fluff brush, going into C4, that like more magenta-y shade, and I'm packing that into the crease and then lightly blending it out. This look took a lot of blending because I was using two really dark shades, wanted them to blend together nicely, so it's kind of just me alternating between the two Coastal Scents brushes and working on blending these shades out and together. So I'm using a clean blending brush here as well, just to really get that nice blend at the top, because purples can be hard to blend into skin sometimes, and I wanted it to be nice and pretty and not look like a bruise. And then when am I dipping into the next shade? It's coming up. I know it's coming. Here we are. So now I'm going into B4 again, that more cool and deep purple, and I'm just putting that into the outer portion of the crease just a little bit, just to add a little bit more definition there. And I'm just using that brush that I used with C4 because I don't like to dirty up like 80 brushes for one look, so I just reuse them within the same look. And then I am taking that Real Techniques base brush and I'm going into C3, which is this really, really gorgeous like red copper shimmer. I've never owned a shade like this. I wet the brush and I'm packing that all over top of the shade C5. So I laid down C5 to give it like a nice base so that it would really pop as like a deep red, and then just laid that over top. Now I'm just putting some inner eye highlight on. Then I am taking a liner brush, going into C5 and C4 and just blending that along the lower lash line. This might be my favorite out of the three looks. Shockingly, it wasn't the purple one. And this one was super unplanned. I just love that deep cranberry shimmer, and it's really, really nice like color for fall in my opinion. But it did take a lot of blending because it is really dark, but I just love, love, love how it all came together. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!